with your life. Now, let me tell you about how the program's going to unfold over here. We can have the respective heads of the various departments of Regenesis coming up and then briefly explaining what they do. So you can firstly understand what the content is about, but you can start putting a face to who is going to be interacting with you as you become a student over here. But then the highlight is afterwards, our student advisors are going to be around at the back of the room, and that's the opportunity you can have to raise any question you have, anything you'd like to know more about. That is your opportunity. You will get one-on-one personalized attention, and nobody from our side will go away until your every single question has been answered. And likewise, for the folk following from a distance, the same thing applies to you. Raise your questions. Deal with it, put it in the chat box or the comment section, and a facilitator will be on hand to deal with your question over there, and we will resolve what you need to know about over there. Because this is your moment. This is your date with destiny. This is the time you decide that I'm going to be in control of my life. I'm going to do the things that are important, and I am going to live a life of impact and achievement. And we can ask no more of that. That's what Regenesis is about. It's a big school. We have campuses right around the world. This is our main campus here in South Africa, in Johannesburg. We have a campus in Lagos, Nigeria. We have a campus in Mumbai, in India. We've just started a campus in Nairobi, in Kenya. And we are busy starting a campus in San Francisco in the United States. So we are truly a global business school, and we bring all that experience, all that knowledge, all that achievement, and we make it serve your purpose to achieve your goals in life. Good, that's enough from a point of view introduction, because our following speakers will tell much more about the school. But now it's my very great pleasure, it's my privilege, and it's my opportunity to introduce the Dean of Regenesis Business School. The Dean is the person who sits at the top of the academic hierarchy, who makes sure that all the programs work, that the courses are resourced, that the student problems are resolved, and he takes this very seriously. His name is Dr. Sibongiseni Khumalo. He's the Dean of Regenesis Business School, and he's been with us since 2007. He has held various senior positions in the areas of materials development, facilitation, research supervision, and academic management. In other words, he knows how to run a university. He has a master's from Rhodes University, and he's the proud owner of a doctorate in business management from Regenesis Business School. To speak to us now is the Dean of Regenesis Business School, Dr. Sibongiseni Khumalo.
Thank you, Mr. Fosun. And good morning to everyone here in the audience. Lovely to see you this morning. And also the audience joining us online. Welcome to Regenesis. We really, truly appreciate. As said, my name is Sibongiseni Khumalo. I won't take too much time, but just to say a few words about Regenesis. We are totally as Regenesis are committed to individuals as well as organizations in terms of them realizing their own goals. We talk here about awakening potential. So we help individuals and organizations awaken their potential. And of course, we contribute to socio-economic development in at least 3 pillars that I can mention. One is learning and teaching. That's what we do. We teach, throughout the programs that will be mentioned. We are involved heavily in learning and teaching activities, but also we do research. Some of you who may be keen on enrolling with us, you'll end up doing your own research, either at a postgrad honors equivalent level or at master's or even at doctorate. But also the third pillar of the 3 I'm talking about, one, of course, I was saying it's learning and teaching. Second pillar is research. And third pillar is community engagement. Because as Regenesis, we are relevant and we want to continue to be relevant in the context in communities where we exist. And so we are making a mark in that regard. And of course, Regenesis adopts a holistic approach to education. We can tell you a lot more about this, but just to give you a highlight, we approach education holistically. In other words, we don't only look at one form of intelligence, which is your IQ. Normally, we talk about that, intelligent quotient, but we also embrace other intelligences, from your physical intelligence, your emotional intelligence, as well as your spiritual intelligence. We embrace that, and that's how we approach our education. We want to involve all those intelligences. We can tell you a lot more about that. And of course, our graduates stand out for something, and that's why we exist. I did say we awaken their potential, and we make it clear. We're very explicit about what we're trying to achieve with our graduates. As they leave Regenesis, they stand out for something. You will notice them for their ability to think differently. They have enormous brain power. They are able to bring solutions to the table. They are able to metacognize. They are able to problem solve. And so join them as well. Let us take you through our processes. We have weaved all these graduate attributes in the way in which we engage with you in class through facilitation, but also through the way in which we assess you. So please do join us. I did talk about problem solving, the ability to think differently. One other attribute you will notice in our graduates is their ability to put themselves professionally. They put themselves out there professionally. They comport professionally. In other words, their demeanor shows that indeed they came from Regenesis. They are inspiring. They are confident. They are able to communicate clear, their ideas in the context where they find themselves in. Of course, we live in a world that requires us to be, not only tolerant to diversity, but to harness it, to be comfortable and harness it. And so our graduates are able to do that quite comfortable. And this is something we make them aware of as they begin their journey, so that they know what we're trying to achieve with them. By the time they exit, they will be displaying all these attributes. And of course, do require graduates who are able to go out there and make decisions which are informed. In other words, we want, and we have made sure that our graduates, they ground their decisions in evidence. They don't thumbsuck. They are aware of what they need to know. They read widely. We encourage that. Of course, we push our students to be quite knowledgeable, to read widely and be informed, so that when they make decisions, they are not thumb-sucking. And of course, we teach them about methodologies of conducting research, so that eventually when decisions are made, people are confident that such decisions are based on something solid. And of course, our graduates adapt in environments. Adaptability is quite important here. And I want to talk about local approach or local outlook. That's what we have embraced and adopted as our attribute. We want our graduates to be able to think bigger, broader, to be mindful of what's happening out there in the world, but still to be able to act according to context where they find themselves in. And so that talks to being a global citizen. That talks to being comfortable in different contexts, and being a responsible leader where they find themselves. We can talk a lot more. Please engage with us. This morning, I just want to welcome you and wish you well today. Let us assist you in making the decision. Let us answer your questions. You may have inquiries that you want us to respond to. Please engage with us. We will be mingling with you afterwards. And thank you so much, Mr. Fossen. Thanks to everyone who's joining us online. I wish you all the best. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khumalo. Thank you for that. And your career is going to be in the hands of this man, and your career is going to be in very safe hands. It's going to work for you. Now, moving on to our next thing, a major part of our school is our business school. And we have large numbers of students doing our bachelor's programs in business. And there's a very special person who looks after them, who makes sure that the programs work, their problems are addressed, and that they get around to achieving what they need to do. And that person is Ms. Patience Nyoni. She's a chartered marketer, and she's had experience as a marketing manager in Malawi. She's done business development for a staffing firm. And she joined Regenesis after serving as an organization as an international student advisor. So she has a strong facility for being able to engage with students and bring out the best in them. Ms. Nyoni is currently a doctoral candidate at Regenesis Business School, and she's going to talk to us now about the undergraduate programs. Let's welcome Patience Nyoni. Got to make a big jump to get up here.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to everyone, even online. We are so excited as the undergrad faculty. That is one of the most versatile and dynamic department here at Regenesis Business School. Our department is made up of 4 qualifications: higher certificate in business management, higher certificate in business management in retail management, Bachelor of Business Administration, and then Bachelor of Business Administration in retail management. Why should you consider to do any of the qualifications under the undergraduate business school at Regenesis? Our programs, they open opportunities for you across all industries. So we have specialized programs like the higher certificate in business management in retail management and BBA in retail management. Those are specialized qualifications that open opportunities for you in the retail management. Let's just paint a picture of what we are currently experiencing in South Africa. If you look at the skills gap, you'd find that we really have skills gap in the retail industry. So our qualifications, they give you the skills that will help you to navigate in the retail industry. We currently have quite a number of students coming from the retail industry, and they are helping their organizations, their retail and their wholesale industries to actually change and come up with strategic strategies that are helping them to have a competitive advantages. Why else should you join our undergrad faculty? The BBA in Bachelor of Business Administration and higher certificate in business management. These qualifications opens opportunities for you across all industries. How beautiful. In South Africa, we actually have approximately 34.5% unemployment rate. Poverty. Most people are living below the Datam poverty line. So our qualifications, they are going to open opportunities for you in any industry. For example, as a project manager, a marketing manager, a financial manager. So that helps you to get opportunities in any industry of your choice. We are also living in a world whereby we have stopped just following one career path. So our qualifications are going to give you that flexibility to also even have additional income in other industry in addition to your own career. Our qualifications also, they equip you with entrepreneurship skills. We are faced with a situation whereby the unemployment rate, as I have painted, is very high in South Africa and also in the global arena. So our qualifications will help you to be also a future employer because you will be equipped with entrepreneurial skills. Some of our undergrad students, they actually have also started up their own startups, and we are looking forward to them being employers in the future. We also have the community engagement happening at Regenesis, whereby our undergrad students are also being helped to start up their businesses. So our qualifications are really some of the qualifications that you definitely have to consider so that you don't find yourself unemployed. Looking also at the salary, it's lucrative from the business, from the corporate world perspective. As also the undergrad faculty, we love what we do. We are so passionate about the students. We are going to hold your hand in your academic journey. We have a well-integrated system to support our students. We really are looking forward to having you on board and support you and help you to achieve your personal and professional goals. We also understand the power of student engagement. So as the undergrad faculty, we have a well-integrated student engagement system in the place. For example, we have our class reps, we have our mentoring program, whereby fellow students, they actually support peer learning. This has actually helped to improve pass rate, throughput rate, progression rate for our programs. So please consider our qualifications. This is the best decision that you can make for yourself. Thank you, Sergeant.
There's a big step here. There we go. Thank you very much, Patience Nyoni, for that. And you will have noticed there's quite a big step up from this floor onto this platform over here. But it's nothing like the step up you will get with the Regenesis qualification. You will step up into a new place of achievement, a new place of performance. Again, to our people who are following us from home and from outside the room over here, following online, we haven't forgotten about you. Please raise your questions in the Q&A box on the platform, and people are standing by to deal with your questions as and when it's required over there. We will answer your questions, and we will make sure that you have all the information you need at your disposal. But the show goes on. We have lots more to talk about over here. And a business school is all about finance. It's about money. And we have a department that focuses on finance, who offers a Bachelor of Accounting Science qualification. And to talk to us about that, we have Ronald Botha, who's going to talk about the School of Finance. Ronald Botha holds a professional certification as a financial officer. He's a forensic practitioner, and he's qualified in business resilience management, and he has membership of the ICFP, SAIBA, the Institute of Internal Audit, and the Institute of Risk Management. As with all our other faculty, he's highly qualified and highly experienced. He's going to talk to us about the School of Finance. He's Ronald Botha.
Thank you, James. Good day, everybody. People attending in person as well as our guests online. The School of Finance is a dynamic new school at Regenesis, and we are very excited. We've got a bouquet of qualifications that is at the top of looking at finance and as well as professional accounting. So to introduce our subjects, our degrees, first of all, our flagship degree is our BComt. Now, the BComt is a qualification specifically aimed at professional accountants. So if you want to become a professional accountant, if you want aspire and want to be excellent in professional accounting, then you are at the right place. So firstly, our BComt is a degree that has a global outlook. So what does it mean? It means that our course trains you to be an accountant on the international platform. So we use international accounting standards, international accounting auditing standards. So that means that you can be a professional accountant anywhere in the world, not just in South Africa. Also, our BComt has a professional accreditation. So what does that mean? It means that we are accredited by various accounting bodies. So once you qualify as a professional accountant at Regenesis, you get 1 year's membership at SAIBA. that is the Chartered Institute of Business Accountants. It means if you want to pursue a career, being having an accounting service, you can actually, that is a career path that's open to you, or as a CFO or aspiring CFO in a company as well. Also, in addition to that, we have massive student support. I know a lot of our students are working students, so our online offering is excellent, not only in terms of the faculty that we have professional accountants that actually teach on this program, people that's been active in the accounting profession itself. And you can also then pursue this degree at your own pace. So really what the BComt, being our flagship qualification in the School of Finance, it gives you the opportunity to be the first amongst equals. Our curriculum is extremely dynamic. It is aimed at, just giving you that edge on other people that also pursue this, this career. So you'll be distinguished in a sense that, we are teaching the latest in terms of where the accounting profession is going. And in that way, we equip you at a level that has not yet been experienced by other institutions. In addition to our BComt, we also have our degree in banking or financial industries. So if you are in the banking industry, or you want to become a banker, or you just want to become excellent in the financial industry, this is the degree to go for. So maybe you say, I'm not yet qualified, or I'm not yet in a position where I can pursue that degree. We also have a higher certificate in banking. So in terms of our highest certificate in banking, it is an entry-level qualification that can help you to step into the right direction in pursuing this journey in becoming a professional in the banking environment. So in terms of progressing from your degree, we also give you the opportunity to do an honors, a master's, and probably a doctorate if you want to go for that as well. So basically, you've got a journey from starting from a certificate at the certificate level right through to a doctorate. So just to recap, if you want a dynamic career, if you want to be a professional accountant, our BComt is the degree that you should really be thinking about. And today is the day to make this important decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ronald Burgess. I think you're starting to get the picture now, aren't you? Because if you have the dream, then Regenesis can help you make that dream come true. One of the things about being at an event like this is I get to introduce some remarkable people. You've just listened to the qualifications, the experience, the depth of experience of people I've introduced to you so far. And these are the people who will be providing you with direct insight. You will access them directly, and they will become a part of your life for your journey here at Regenesis. And our next speaker is no exception to that. I'm now going to introduce Advocate Kevin Malunga. He has served South Africa in a range of high-profile posts, among them Deputy Public Protector, sit up and take notice, Acting Chief of Staff in the Office of the Chief Justice, and he's also been an advisor on state law policy. He holds an LLB from the University of Natal, and he has a Master's in International Legal Studies from Georgetown University Law Center in Washington. He is the person in charge of the law school, and he is Advocate Kevin Malunga. Here we go.
Thank you. Yes, I'm not going to try a Joe Biden stunt of trying to run to the stage. You've seen what happens when you try with a stage like this. He's tripped over a few times. Good morning to everyone who is watching in person and online. My remarks will be short, but I think what I just want to reiterate is the fact that the law affects every facet of our lives. From the moment you wake up today, from the moment you are born to the day you die. In fact, even after you die, the law is still lurking in our lives, and it affects every aspect of human endeavor. Whether you're the laws on driving on the left side of the road, the laws that affect how human interaction happens, and of course contracts, the fact that you have to pay your bills. You can't just walk away with somebody's vehicle or somebody's property. All those things are signs of the fact that we are a legal society, and increasingly South Africa is becoming more of that than probably any other country in the world. People are very assertive of their rights. South Africa has a very strong constitution, probably one of the most visible in the world. And we are in that space where we want to teach people the law of South Africa and of course around the world. So we, in short, we are accredited to provide a 4-year LLB program by the Council on Higher Education, which is the custodian of higher education in South Africa, of course, along with the Department of Higher Education and Training, and also registered with the South African Qualifications Authority. So the question I'm dealing with right now, before everything else, is: are we accredited? The answer is a resounding yes. Will you get a job after you complete your qualification? The answer is a resounding yes. And of course, you will know the international accreditation system works in a peer review, cooperative fashion. So if qualifications are recognized in South Africa, they tend to be recognized in other countries. So of course, this is a South African law degree. It allows you to practice law in South Africa specifically. Section 26 of the Legal Practice Act of 2014, or was it 2018, clarifies the requirements for people to practice as lawyers in South Africa, as legal practitioners. And you must be a graduate of an LLB from a registered university or institution, which Regenesis is such an institution. So we tick those boxes. Now, for those who are watching from other countries, because I know this is online, some people who are watching online, in the immediate Southern Africa region, the legal system, as you know, is very similar between South Africa, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Eswatini, Namibia. I may be forgetting one or two, but in this region, that is the Roman Dutch law jurisdiction system. And of course, the legal systems oops.
alarm has gone off. It was totally unprepared, unforeseen. It's the landlord has set this off over here. We're busy taking steps to address it as quickly as we can. But you can draw comfort from this in knowing that our fire prevention and fire evacuation system is working well. So you're very safe on our campus over here. And this is part of the great service that we provide to all of you. But you haven't come here to listen to a fire alarm go off. You've come here to listen to Advocate Kevin Malunga, and he's going to continue telling you all about the exciting things you will experience on an LLB degree.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the law is on fire. I was just quickly recap so that, you know, for those who are watching this later on recordings, they may have a more integrated sense of what we're talking about. So as I indicated at before the fire drill, the fire alarm went off, we as Regenesis Law School are a newly accredited, it's now about almost 2 years now, LLB program, which is Bachelor of Laws, which is the standard sort of qualification for the practice of law, not just in South Africa, but around the world. Whether you are in the UK or you are in India, usually the LLB is the qualification that allows you entry into the practice of law. You know, you can do further qualifications for academic purposes, LLMs, PhDs, and so forth. That's fine. But, you know, LLB in South Africa is, in terms of Section 26 of the Legal Practice Act, the qualification that is required for legal practice. And in terms of Section 26 of the Legal Practice Act, any LLB that is from a registered institution in South Africa is sufficient for legal practice. So the question, that answers the question whether we are accredited and whether you will get jobs after this. And the answer is a decisive yes all round. So very important to note. So people often ask, because especially with new programs, they will ask, are you a fly by night? And the answer is an absolute no. All the rigorous standards that are required for a qualification of this nature to be accredited have been fulfilled, and people will get jobs, they will go to court, they will do whatever it is they like with their degrees. So it's a 4-year program. It's NQF level 8, 480 credits. So it will allow you to practice in a number of legal disciplines, whether you want to be an attorney, you want to be an advocate, after passing the relevant professional legal exams. And of course, for those who are watching from other countries, as I indicated, that you will be able to use the LLB degree subject to the requirements of your legal profession. Law society, in some countries they call them law society. I know in Nigeria, if you have a foreign legal qualification, you will then sorry to those especially who are watching us online. Our sincere apologies for the disruption. It's a fire alarm, and we don't have control over some of this technology at times. And but as I was saying, that the LLB program is the flagship program when it comes to the practice of law, not only in South Africa, but in many countries around the world. You basically need the LLB to practice and become a lawyer, whether you want to be an attorney, advocate. In some countries, they call them solicitors, barristers, whatever the terminology is. And as I was explaining when we had the fire alarm incident, some countries, many countries rather, will recognize qualifications from LLB qualifications from other countries, subject to conversion exams. So I know, for example, in Nigeria, you have to write what is known as a law school exams. I have taught Nigerian students in South Africa who have then gone to practice in Nigeria after writing the Nigerian law school exams and converted. Likewise, students who are watching, who are in Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Eswatini, wherever, they can also use these qualifications, obviously subject to their writing the admission exams in their own countries. But in South Africa, certainly you are good to go. And of course, it's an internationally recognized qualification. Now, a big selling point, which has been, which has contributed in leaps and bounds to the success of the LLB program, is that we have two forms of delivery: online and contact. So in other words, online you can watch your classes via our preferred mode is the Microsoft Teams app. Once in a while, some people will use Zoom or any other But I think this is one of the realities of the post-COVID world, that you can have very, very strong academic interactions without setting foot in a classroom. Just as we also provide online resources for studies, for material, case law. We subscribe to Sabinet, which is an online platform, and Juta, which is also an online platform which legal practitioners use on a day-to-day basis. But we also offer contact classes, and so we give that option for people who want the traditional mode of learning. Of course, the online has been more successful largely because of the way the world has run after COVID, but you certainly have a choice in the matter. And very important, as I indicated, is that the program explores analytical and critical thinking skills and professional communication skills, which are required to as the dean alluded to earlier on, to develop well-rounded graduates who excel across a multitude of career paths. So yeah, we really want to welcome people into this profession. I mean, the legal profession is generally a profession that has, if I can say, changed the world. Think of some of the torchbearers who have studied law. Fidel Castro studied law. He may not have finished it, but he studied law. Barack Obama studied law. Nelson Mandela studied law. Cyril Ramaphosa studied law. I can go on and on and on. And some of these people have changed society in a positive way. And not to say that other people who are doing economics and other fields are not doing wonderful things. But, and of course, very important that because you are doing this program inside an established business school, we expect that our lawyers will be cutting edge, especially for corporate law, for business subjects. And we are in this hub of Sandton where all the major law firms and legal practices are situated in South Africa. And our staff are actually, many of them, they're actually practicing and have a history of law, of practical experience. So you're not just going to get theory. Of course, theory is good, you're going to get it, but it's going to take it much further, and you're going to get a qualification that is really fit for purpose and make you competitive in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Advocate Malunga. You can see how an unflappable lawyer is. Too far alarm goes off and he doesn't bat an eyelid. He just carries on and he does the thing over there. Marvelous. Thank you very much for that. Advocate Malunga mentioned very briefly about thinking skills, and I want to dwell on that a moment. And this comes out of my own experience in business, in the corporate world, is lawyers have a wonderful ability to be able to articulate between the particular and the general. So they can hone in on a particular a phrase inside a bit of legislation or a legal finding, and they can generalize that. And that's a very powerful skill that they teach in the LLB program, and that's something that we really need desperately right around the world. Just a fun fact for today. You know, we're always in the business of fun fact. We learn, as you probably know, we follow the Roman Dutch system of law in Southern Africa. But if you go to Holland, they don't have Roman Dutch law. You'd expect it to have Roman Dutch law. And the reason for that is that when Napoleon conquered Europe in the middle of the beginning of the 1800s, he replaced Roman Dutch law in Holland with the Code Napoleon. So we are the last outpost in the world. Southern Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, etc. We are a very powerful, very dynamic system of law and produces excellent lawyers. People who are able to think and argue and reach conclusions in that. Thank you very much, Advocate Malunga. Nice. Right, we've been speaking largely about the world of business, largely. But there's a very important part of what we do at Regenesis, and we must remember that government is also business. It might not look the same as business, but it has a very important, and many business principles that are used in effective government also are used in business. And so we have a very well-established, it's deeply part of Regenesis, the School of Public Management. It's made magnificent contributions to our country in Gauteng, in Mpumalanga, in Limpopo, and Northwest, and right around the country. There are people in very senior government positions who have passed through our school over here, and they have their hands firmly on guiding and leading our country forward into the future. And they started here at Regenesis Business School, and we hope that there are people in the room today who will follow in those footsteps. And to tell us more about the School of Public Management, the best placed person to do that is Trevor Ncube. He started his academic career in 2010, so he's coming up for a 24th anniversary. He's an accomplished facilitator and assessor. He really understands how the classroom works. He used to run the Regenesis Assessment Center, which is academic speak for looking after exams. Unfortunately, that is an important part of this, but he knows how to do that. There's deep experience in that. He's been program manager for the School of Public Management, and he's been head of postgraduate studies. In other words, he knows his way around a business school and a university and a School of Public Management, and he's taught on both business and public school management, and he is Trevor Ncube.
Thank you so much. Welcome to everyone who has managed to attend here physically and those who are attending online. I'm going to talk about the School of Public Management. You know that we immensely contribute to the economy. We make sure that systems are in place when it comes to governance, and we are here as the School of Public Management to assist you with that. So our faculty has got a number of qualifications. We start with the Higher Certificate in Public Management, Bachelor of Public Management 3-year program, and then Postgraduate Diploma in Public Management 1-year program, and then the Master of Public Management. I think you have heard about the importance of transforming the public sector and making sure that we professionalize the public sector, especially in South Africa. And as the Regenesis School of Public Management, we are here to also contribute immensely towards the transformation of the public sector. I'm sure you are aware, not only in South Africa, there are many challenges which are facing many governments, especially when it comes to the skills side, performance, and all that. You know that there's a huge gap in a number of governments when it comes to professionals and also skilled personnel within the public sector. And the Genesis has been there for quite a number of years and contributed immensely towards the upskilling of different public sector employees. We believe that when you join our school and when you graduate, you'll actually have those skills which will help in terms of resolving the problems which are facing the government. You'll be able to think differently. You'll be able to also perform in an ethical way, and you'll be able to also contribute immensely towards the system of good governance. We all need better service delivery. We all need good leadership, and we are here to contribute towards that. So please come and join our school, no matter what level you are within the sector. Even if you are not in the sector, we'll equip you with the knowledge and the skills so that you are able to join the public sector. It doesn't mean that if you do the public management related programs, you can only work for the government, but you can also work for other entities, like even the private sector, and even also maybe non-governmental organizations. And we've got a pool of experienced facilitators who will be able to take you through the academic journey. And we've got also a very huge alumni. Our classes consist of a number of students from different sectors, all the three spheres of the government. You'll be able to rub shoulders with captains of the public sector, and that helps also in terms of linking you to a number of people with different expertise within the public sector. And importantly, you can attend our classes online, whether you are outside South Africa or in South Africa, wherever where you are, in whatever province, you are able to attend our classes online. And also we've got contact sessions whereby some of our students attend here at the campus. So it is quite really important for you to know that. Be part of the family. We welcome you, and we'll assist you in terms of understanding more in detail if you need further information about that. Thank you so much, Mr. Fossen.
Oops, thank you very much for that, and thank you for that warm welcome. I've got a dicky knee over here, so I struggle a little bit getting up the stairs, but that doesn't mean my mind is going, so all good over there. Thank you very much for that. And the School of Public Management is a critical part of our organization. It's something we take a great deal of pride in. We put a lot of effort and resource in, and as I've said, we have people all over government in Southern Africa who have been through our portals over here. Up until now, we've been focusing mainly on people at the early stage of their career, people who are setting up themselves for bachelor's degrees, etc., legal degrees, setting up before they get into their careers, getting into doing the work. But we also cater very strongly for people who are already in the world, the real world, the world of business, the world of government, the world of finance, who want to come back and strengthen their expertise, their understanding, learn new things, and being able to take them to a higher level of contribution in the type of industry they want to work in, the type of business they want to work in. And this deals with our postgraduate qualifications. As you know, because all of you have been all over our website, so you know exactly all the things we offer. We offer a variety of postgraduate qualifications. Obviously, our master's programs are very important. And of course, our doctorate, a terminal degree, which we offer over here, is a very important part of our offering. And so to tell us all about the good things in the postgraduate programs, we have Dr. Cornelius Coetzee. He holds, okay, there we go. I think the audience is trying to tell me I should get a move on, isn't it? I can read the room, I can read the room, thank you. But let me introduce him properly over here while he makes his way up to the podium. He has a PhD in business management from Nelson Mandela University. He has over 30 years of industry and teaching experience. His deep expertise in marketing communications, consumer behavior, and consumer relationship management, and he has a special focus on SMME, digital marketing communications. Now, that's an area of massive growth over there. He's a facilitator here at Regenesis, and he's going to tell us about the postgraduate qualifications we offer. Dr. Cornelius Coetzee.
Morning, everyone. Yeah, at Regenesis, we have that effect on alarms. That is how dynamic we are. So, again, my apologies for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the next step in your academic career, once you've completed, which most people find the necessary step, is that undergraduate, is that moment when you take a deep breath and say, okay, what now? Am I going to move on? And how am I going to move on? And doing your postgraduate studies has a lot of benefits which students don't always consider. I mean, one of the key benefits of doing your postgraduate study is not only does it advance your career, but it also increases your career aspects. And of course, with that comes that thing that we all shall I say, are thankful for, and that is the increase in income. So your life expectancies improve, and you also with that get specialized knowledge. Now at Regenesis in the postgraduate business school, we offer 3 qualifications. That is the postgraduate the postgraduate diploma in business management. We offer the master's in business administration, and we offer the doctorate in business administration. But let's just look at, before we get to the doctorate, our both the postgraduate diploma and the MBA are totally industry focused. You can, if you look at the brochure, you will see that we have core modules and we have elective modules. And those modules are all focused on the issues that you will be dealing with in your career as in the business world. Then we also have some very interesting electives. One of that is ethics and corporate governance, issues that we deal with globally. These are not just South African issues, and which makes this program a very effective program in the terms of your not only your career advancement, but also in your personal development. Because something we tend to forget, when we study, we also develop as a person. And we are gaining so much knowledge in the process, which elevates us. And that is what Dean Kumalu referred to earlier on as well, that we not only focus on your intelligence equivalent, but also on the social, the physical, the financial. So in that process of doing this high level postgraduate study, you're not only advancing your intelligence knowledge, but you're also doing it for yourself because you are gaining so much more out of it. And another thing that happens, especially at Regenesis, where we have such a broad line of students, we also networking with people from different industries and different companies, and of course globally, because we have so many students from other countries joining us. The great thing about the postgraduate studies is that you don't have to be a Regenesis graduate to enroll for the MBA, the DBA, or the PD postgraduate diploma. We do accept qualifications. Look, there's obviously certain enrollment criteria that needs to be met, but we do accept most qualifications into our postgraduate programs. An interesting thing, and I want to jump to the doctorate qualification now. Before I go there, the MBA is presented online and in contact sessions as well, like all our other programs. And it is also no, I've said that. I said what it's online, and yeah, there's nothing else. I want to jump to the doctorate. Oh, that's what I want to say. It's a structured. The MBA is a structured course, so you will do the core modules, and you will have electives in your first year and your second year. very interesting electives that we have, like I said earlier. Interesting thing, before I go to the doctoral program, worldwide, and this is not only South Africa, worldwide, the average people per population with a doctorate qualification is only 5%. That's very little. Subsequently, our Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science and Information, Dr. Blayden Zamande, commissioned a tracer study which was done with the University of Stellenbosch. And the results you can find online as well was quite significant in what the effect was of among others from the findings of the study, what is the effect of having your PhD in the industry? And I'm not just talking academically, because most people that have PhDs are working in academia, but also in the industry. And the major thing was that people with doctorates, and especially the DBA, Business Administration doctorate, actually started specifying, specializing in issues that we experience in the different countries. And this is where Regenesis comes in, and it creates that platform for you to go to that ultimate level of academic qualification, but also that is the platform where you can actually research and make assessments and come up with formal solutions to the issues that we experience in this country. So a doctorate is not just for academics. It is also for people working in the business environment. Because like I said, that's that platform where you can actually address those issues that we all that irritates all of us, and where you can actually publish scientific findings and solutions to those problems. So, yeah, I can only say, looking forward to having you in my class, whether it is MBA or postgrad diploma, and most of all, looking forward to facilitating your doctoral studies. Welcome to Regenesis.
Thank you very much for that. And I'm sure there are some of you in the room who are considering taking on the Masters of Doctorate, and we need more of you to do just that. Dr. Cornelius Coetzee mentioned briefly, as been mentioned before, we offer both contact and online classes. Now, let me give you another fun fact for the day. Take a fun fact away with you. Regenesis has always had a very strong capability in delivering online education for people who are not in the same place, together in the same classroom as traditional education happens. So when COVID hit us 2-3 years ago, it was very simple. We just shifted everybody onto online, and people could carry on with their studies, whereas some more traditional, less flexible universities and educational institutions struggle to do that. And we have just, with the way platforms and technologies develop, we've just taken that to another whole new level over there. So that's something we haven't mentioned to you, but it's a little fun fact you can take away with you today. Now, you probably have realized that we're coming to the end of the formalities today. But it's not the end of what we're going to be doing together. Because those of you who are online, I'm sure you've been asking your questions, and they've been the student support team have been giving answers over there. There are those of you in this room who have questions. You want to find out more information. Our advisors are at the back there, and you've got the speakers here today who will solve your problem, solve your query before you go home. But I don't want to detain you any longer. I want to thank all of you, prospective students who are in the room. And all it takes is a decision to go ahead. To our online participants who are following at home and wherever you are, lovely to have you with us. We might not have seen you directly, but we know you are with us, and we look forward to being able to welcome you into our community. I'd like to thank our speakers who have done all their bits and spoken about their particular offerings over here. And I see the Dean is sneaking up on me over here, and he has an important announcement to make. So there we go. Folks, this breaking news, stand by, everybody don't move. This is breaking news. Regenesis is pleased to announce this amazing offer for all students. You're paying attention now. Have you got a piece of paper to write this down? Because you want to make note of this. We are offering 20% off monthly registration fees. But not only that, we're offering an additional 10% off if the candidate brings another candidate with them. In other words, you enroll somebody else, you get a further 10% off. My goodness me. And then there's also an additional 10% off semester payments and 15% off annual payments. That's amazing. That just makes it so much more achievable, more doable. Let me repeat it. 20% off monthly registration fees if you're paying monthly. An additional 10% off if you bring someone else. And then if you're paying semester-wise, it's 10% off that and 15% off annual payments. Speak to the advisor at the back about this. They will give you more information. This is an offer not to be missed. This just puts it within reach, doesn't it? A magnificent commitment. So thank you very much, Dean Khumalo. I think I prefer Dr. Khumalo. It has a nice ring to it. There's a history of important people called Dr. Khumalo, and he's taking the message forward there. So thank you to all of you over here. Thank you to our speakers. Thank you to the people at home. And thank you to our technical team who have made all this come together over here. These things don't happen by themselves. The cafeteria is over there. They've got lots of lovely eats over there. The baristas dying to make you some cappuccino to strengthen you over there, because as a student, you know you have to live on coffee. And from me, James Forson, to all of you, on behalf of the Regenesis family, thank you so much for being here today. And we really look forward to welcoming you to becoming part of the Regenesis family. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely day. Take care. Look after yourselves and see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.